Hi, this is Eric Martin with Board Game Geek. I'm here with Luke Oftanowski from Portal Games, looking at Detective, a modern crime board game, or at least a not final version yet.
It's there. It's pretty much just the last.
This is
little
it.
bits. Yeah.
This is it.
This is it.
This is a big box for 2 pieces of paper.
Well, not all the components, but we brought enough just to kind of get people excited about it.
Okay, this is a game by Ignacy Cevicik.
Yes.
Maybe you can talk about how it works.
So we're extremely excited about this game. It is. We think this is going to be the next huge release from Portal. It's a story-driven co-op game, 2 to 5 players, that is really just trying to immerse you into the story. So in the story, you are playing detectives as part of Antares, which is a detective agency that is able to tap into databases of FBI, the CIA, Department of Defense.
They are quite good.
They're very good.
Okay.
They're really tapped in there. And the game is based out of 5 cases. Each case is solving its own individual crime, but together they are digging up the story of a much larger meta plot.
Okay.
And it is just an extremely immersive game. So when we play tested it, we sat around a nice round table. We had just one spotlight kind of lamp overhead, dimmed the lights everywhere, put on some 40s jazz noir music, made some coffees, and we just got lost in it. And the way the game is built to time is you have every case has 35 cards,
Okay.
which are the story for that game. But you only have a limited amount of time, and you can't get to every lead. So it's very important that everybody works together to really parse through the leads, discuss which ones might get actual credible evidence or actual leads which will lead you further down the path, and which ones might just be a waste of the time that you have.
Okay. And
So-
you have access to everything initially? Like you start with all 35
So
cards?
you'll
and
start with
everything?
just a few
Start-
things,
Okay.
and you will be, as you find leads, it'll say, go to this card, go to that card. It'll tell you before you even dive into the card, you'll have to see how much time it takes to, for example, if we're starting at headquarters, and we see maybe we can follow a police report and read through that and see maybe if there's any new information we dig up from that, or do we want to take a sample to the laboratory? Laboratory takes 3 hours. The police report takes 1 hour. It's already 11 a.m. We're getting close to overtime, which builds up stress, which will affect our next game. Which one of these is more important? And the game breaks the fourth wall. So it's a game that will require you to use the resources you have. So you'll need to go on Google Maps and go on Street View to try to cross-reference locations and kind of follow paths, see where certain spots might be. If a witness slips some information about something they were watching on TV or some event that was happening nearby,
You find
go
clips.
online, go find out when that event was happening and if the dates match up. You know, if you find some piece of evidence, go on Wikipedia and find out where that piece of evidence was used or what time it was used or how that kind of plays in. You have to really deduce, and you really have to work together to get a lot of information out.
Okay. Which each of those activities taking some certain amount of time.
So every one of those activities, pursuing and following leads, will take time. And another big component of this game is the Antares database. So this database that we talked about, this fictional database, is an actual website you'll be able to log into, and you'll be able to input information about suspects.
Okay.
You read police reports. You'll be able to input DNA signatures and fingerprint signatures and try to find matches between different pieces of evidence. You'll have videos, you'll have reports, you'll have coroner's reports, you'll have all this information, but you have to understand that with these 35 cards that are building the story for every case, you're not going to be able to get through everything.
Right.
So it's one of those games you'll have to work for. And when we were playing the game and when we followed 2 perfect leads that at the end matched up and led us to that right piece of key evidence, it was a fantastic feeling. It's not something that my group and I have experienced with another game before. And my wife, who's mostly an abstract gamer, she said this is her favorite Portal game because it's an experience. It really pulls you in, and it's the only game that I know that I would be able to get my mother-in-law really to play. So anyone who's into detective crime dramas, they can just sit back and enjoy this game. And it's not a game where somebody can alpha game. No one will be able to take over because there's so many things to do. People are going to have to be taking their notes. Someone's going to have to be checking the archives. Someone's going to have to be checking online resources. Everyone's
Right.
going to have to work together and really get through the leads.
Okay. You need player count 2 to 5, but
2 to 5.
so it adjusts with more players. You have more things to do,
So-
or it's just
Like any other meeting you've been a part of, the more people there are, the more time it'll take. It's
Okay.
just, if you're working with 2 people together, it's obviously it's going to be much more focused. Maybe you'll be able to hone in on it. But really, it's one of these games where the more player you have, the more you can engage. Maybe everyone's going to have
Right.
different perspectives and different ideas of where to focus. And it is one of those games where if you have a group, it is a game night experience. It's not a game that you'll be able to just get in 2 hours if you have a group, but it's meant to be an experience to engage in. It's something for you to really just immerse yourself into the story, be the detective, use the roles, use the abilities that each role gives you, and work together and discuss and really parse through the evidence and get to the most important leads and get to the
Okay.
information.
all right. Anything else to say about it, or due out October 2018, I believe.
This will be the Gen Con release.
Gen Con release.
Yeah.
All right. There you go. Anything else, or is that
On the detective, that's
On the
it. On the
detective.
detective.
all right? Thank you very much for the overview.
Thanks.